Alrighty, we're live again, finally. Hi, everybody. Welcome to tonight's stream. I am, of course, MDJ Trains, and welcome to Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor. This is a game that, of course, came out about a month ago. Pretty well everyone in the Thomas community knows it. I, however, have not really had much of a chance to actually stream it. I've been playing it like nonstop, but I myself have not actually had a chance to stream it. So I thought it'd be fun tonight to settle in and just mess around, have some fun. So we'll head into Natford and we'll start out. I don't really have a plan for tonight's stream in terms of things I want to do or like achievements I want to hit or anything. I basically just kind of want to mess around, and if we get into something, we get into something. That's about it. So I'm just checking the frame rate, and it actually seems to be holding up pretty good on the stream end. Quite happy about that. So, alrighty. Spawn in Diesel. We're not going to be using Diesel, though. We just want the troublesome trucks. Because I got a plan, see? So here's basically the plan. When it comes to, so for those that don't really know, I attempted to stream earlier, but the frame rate was just terrible and I was having technical difficulties. So I decided to call it off and try again with my other stream software, that being StreamYard. And yeah, this is just already looking infinitely better. Okay. So here's the plan. We're going to take Percy up to Farquhar. We're going to take him up to Farquhar because Farquhar, in terms of the game Wonders of Sodor, has, in my opinion, the worst gradient. So I think it'd be fun to take a massive train with Percy and see if we can actually get him up the Farquhar gradient. Just back him up. Thought it'd be fun. Back him up, back him up. All right, we are coupled. Now, I am going to set the route, which, if I'm going to be honest, when I play the game now, I more and more don't really do that, simply because I watched a YouTube video by the UK channel UK Game Breakers, and basically, oh, Percy, you're having a hard time starting out, buddy. Oh, he's getting it, he's getting it. Basically, their whole channel, they show a bunch of different methods for messing with this game. And one of them is if you get a service failure message, you just hold shift and space to jump into photo mode. Then you exit photo mode, and you basically have turned the game into a free-for-all, is how it works. So, okay, we've got 3 coaches, 20 troublesome trucks. Yeah. So we'll take Percy down the main line. Now, while this is running, this is kind of the nice part with this game. I can kind of do other stuff with my phone. Yeah, Percy's actually running at a pretty decent pace right about now. It's pretty good. Wow, he's actually picking up speed. Okay. I'm impressed, Percy. You're doing pretty good. Alrighty, so this isn't the River Ells, is it? I don't remember. No, the River Ells is further inland. Just goes to show how great of a Thomas fan I am. We're actually doing pretty good speed-wise. I'm actually pretty impressed. There's Birdie's Bus Yard. I don't think I'm going to stream super long tonight, probably just until like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Just a little stream so I can say, hey, I've gotten my feet wet with, getting into the streaming scene of Wonders of Sodor. Because this is a game I have been wanting to share on the channel. And in general as well, I have been wanting to get back into, pardon me. I have been wanting to get back into the YouTube scene. As I said in my Young Bao video for Thomas Characters Explained, the video making bug kind of bit me again, so I'm just jumping back in head first, and I'm pretty happy about it. I think with my next kind of run of videos, there's an airplane up there. My next kind of run of videos, I'm probably going to more so just focus on like digital only content, in the sense that like I'm not going to be filming full videos with my layout, as sucky as that is, because I do enjoy doing that, believe me. It's just like kind of it takes a lot to do the full layout like videos and stuff. I'll still do my layout tours in January, like always, but it takes a lot to do like full like scripted model videos. That just takes a lot longer, because with the essay videos, I'm just recording a script and then putting footage over it, and footage that I can easily grab on my computer. Whereas, of course, with the model videos, I'm making all the footage, so it takes that much longer. So probably going to be less of a focus on model content, more of a focus on digital stuff, which honestly I have a lot of fun with. I have a lot of fun with the digital content, so yeah, I think it'll be nice. Alrighty, so we are currently we might be going just a little too fast here. Unless that's just we're already over the junction. Oh, we're fine. We're cruising. We're a-okay. All right. Now, this is one of my favorite features from the game. The fact that you can lean your head out the window like a real driver and still have access to the controls. Like, that's just really cool to me. Like, I can still, like, I have access to all the brakes. So that's kind of neat. And, of course, the reverser's right there. So it's, yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it's really awesome. Also, the detailing in this game is really freaking good. Like, if I just jump out of the driver's position really quickly, like Percy's cab, it's so detailed. My only criticism, if I have literally one criticism with this game, it's that there isn't like a pullable whistle chain, unless I just haven't found it yet, because that's kind of a letdown. But whatever. Flashlight on before we go into the tunnel. Sitting down at the driver's seat. Why isn't it letting me stand in the driver position? There we go. Alrighty. So now we're gonna change over lines. Oh, it's the junctions that come up quickly. Hi to anyone joining in. We're streaming Wonders of Sodor tonight. Ariel Viera 50, what's up, man? We're just cruising around with Percy tonight. I said earlier, my goal for tonight, I don't really have one. I'm basically just trying to get Percy up the Farquhar grade with 3 branch line coaches and 20 troublesome trucks, because I thought it would be really funny. Because the Farquhar grade is the worst one in the game. The Farquhar grade is so bad, actually, that if you have like a long line of trucks like this, if you don't set your brakes, the trucks will just like fly down the hill. And it's honestly really funny, because I don't think I've ever actually successfully made it down the Farquhar grade yet with like a long line of trucks. So we'll see if I can go back down again. But yeah, so far we're just trying to get Percy up the Farquhar grade. I'm honestly kind of just laughing right now and vibing too, though, over the fact that why is Percy's whistle still going off? Laughing over the fact that I have an actual streaming software on my laptop, OBS Studio, but my computer, for whatever reason, or maybe it's not my computer, whatever reason, OBS Studio has a really hard time capturing the frame rate of games like this. Now, with StreamYard, the frame rate is not great, but at least with StreamYard, you can actually tell what's going on screen compared to OBS Studio. So, like, you know, I think that's kind of a a better trade-off, a less professional studio for actually like viewable footage. So yeah. Also, if anybody watching is a fan of, or not really a fan of, but if you've seen my Thomas Characters Explained series and you want to see more characters, please leave a comment or a comment or a chat. Tell me what you think. I know that right now, after Shane, I'm considering doing either Neville or Axel. And let me tell you, I really do want to do Neville. The problem is I kind of want to get through all the international engines, because that was kind of the goal of the series last year. And then I kind of strayed off into whatever random characters, which was fun. Don't get me wrong. People seem to like it. But like, there's very much a draw for the international characters, and everyone's always asking, when are you going to get those done? When are you going to get those done? So I think right now the goal, Percy's already struggling on this gradient. Holy cow. Oh, he is not making it up the Farquhar gradient. If he's already struggling here, that's nuts. Percy, my boy. Oh, hey, flashlight. It's actually giving us some light in the cab. That's cool. I like that. Anywho, yeah, if you we're already dropping speed. This is bad. Yeah, so if you want to see a certain character, like, give me a shout, let me know. I'd be happy to cover them. As I said, right now though, it's between Neville and Axel of Belgium. So we will see where this ends up. Okay, so Percy is currently sitting at a very comfortable 12 miles per hour. Brakes are at 0, throttle's fully open, and the reverser is forward. Let's see if we're ever actually going to get out of this freaking tunnel. Come on, Percy, you can do it. I think you can. Worst comes to worst, if it's that bad at Farquhar, because if we get a little bit more speed, I don't know. It's just, if Percy is already struggling on this gradient, there's no way we're making it up. There's the end of the tunnel finally. If Percy's struggling on this gradient, there's no way we're making it up the Farquhar one. So we will see how this goes. Yeah, see, that's fine. See, we're just now coming out of the tunnel. I think after the tunnel is Hackenbach. Is it Hackenbach Station? Yeah, it's Hackenbach, and then it's Farquhar, just down the line from Hackenbach. Pardon me. Now, the lovely thing about this is that I'm not actually able to change the camera until all of the trucks are out of the cab, or out of the tunnel, which is slightly annoying, because, as you can tell, they're taking a really freaking long time to get out of the oh, there we go. Okay, roll out of the tunnel. Okay, we're actually picking up speed. That's good. So it might have just been that little gradient there, but we will see. Oh yeah, Percy's picking up a lot more speed now. Go, Percy. Peep, peep. And he's going over the bridge. Look at you go, Percy, my guy. Picking up speed. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Love to see it. Hello, Hackenbach Station. This is that one interesting shot from Thomas and Bertie's Great Race, where it's the road and the rail and then the stoplight. I think that's what that's supposed to be. Yeah, current speed 29 kilometers an hour. Alrighty. I love the whistles in this game. It's so satisfying. All right, all you passengers, get ready, because we're about to go on an adventure, and that adventure might result in a train accident. I don't know, but we will see. Oh, here's another cool thing I learned. So if you do Control-Shift-S, it gives you a menu where you can change the character's expressions. So, Dizzy, that's funny. So if we do competitive Percy, yeah, we'll do that for now. This menu is not available on consoles. It's only on PC. So got to slow down just a little bit here. Otherwise, Percy will not make this corner. Yeah, it's once we get to here. We got to get around this corner. Okay, and then you can gun it. Yep. Oh, are we actually starting to pick up speed? Nice, or maybe not. All right, I think now is as good a time as any to throw on the tired face. Oh, Percy, he's trying. He is trying so hard. I think he might just slow to a stop soon. Uh-oh. Yep, we're at 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Oh, we're slowing down. Come on, Percy, you can do it. Come on, Percy. Come on. If we just make it around this corner. See, this is why the Farquhar gradient is so bad. More than like 5 cars and the engine struggles. Oh, and here we go. And we're at 0 miles per hour. Okay, time to throw on the brake. All right. So evidently Percy needs help, so we will go spawn another engine. I think we'll spawn in maybe James. We'll spawn in Thomas. If Thomas can't help, then we'll spawn in James. But Thomas and Percy should be able to get this train up the hill. So spawn train, Thomas, light loco. Let's throw him there. Okay. Continue. All right, we gotta reset the route because I'm not going through a service failure again. Okay, so really quickly, one of the nice things with oh, I can't get up that far. Okay. Come on, Thomas. All right. Let's see if I can't go all the way to the front of the train. All we got to do is just turn off Percy's brake, and we should be okay. Throttle 100%. Come on. All right. We've got some starting motion, ladies and gentlemen. Percy's moving. No brake, full throttle. And Thomas is on the move too. Look at him go. So I guess to move 23 cars at the Farquhar grade, you need at least 2 tank engines, which I think James is equivalent to like Thomas and Percy. And then Gordon is like the strongest freaking engine in the game. It's genuinely kind of insane the loads Gordon can pull. I've seen a video where someone made him pull like 300 cars. So that's pretty interesting. But let's move this camera to the front of the train so we can stop a little more effectively. There's the pond from season 3 where Thomas crashed. That's pretty cool. Okay. So. Alrighty, we are moving right along. And we're actually about to cross the speed limit, which is kind of neat if you really think about it. Alrighty, we got Thomas down there. Alrighty. Let's change Percy's face. Because I don't think he should be as tired right now, because now he's got help from Thomas. So change it from tired to smiling. There we go. Awesome. Alrighty. We're making our way up the gradient, folks. It's happening. It's happening. And we'll switch back to Thomas. How's it going, Thomas? He's doing pretty good. Alrighty. Peep, peep, everybody. Oh, this is where the gradient gets really bad. I remember this. Pardon me. Are they going to do it? Are we going to have to get another engine? I don't think anyone's ever done Vincent Morris 8431. I don't think anyone's ever done actually all 6 engines coupled together going down the line. So once we're done with this little thing here, I think we'll attempt that. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do next. We'll start at Tidmouth and we'll line all the engines up. I think we'll go Thomas, Percy, Diesel, James, Emily, Gordon. And we'll see like what kind of speed record we can achieve with that. So, all right, throttle. Wait, why was Thomas's throttle not up? That's weird. Okay. I don't know why that happened. I must have hit a wrong button. Yeah, so I guess Thomas's throttle was not open that entire time. I must have hit S by accident and threw the brake on. So hopefully that doesn't hinder us. Let's jump into Percy and make sure his throttle's fully open and his brakes are off. Brakes off. Throttle open. Yep. Alrighty. That was a blunder and a half. Good gosh. Come on, give me 9. There we go, 9 miles per hour. Come on, Thomas. You can do it, buddy. Throttle open, brake off. So I guess we're crossing. Yeah, we just crossed the bridge. So yeah, now it's not too far. I was thinking Thomas, Gordon, James, Percy, Diesel, Emily. You know what? I like that order better. And the Young Bao video was fire. After Sunny, he's my favorite part of the Boba era. Hey, thanks. No context. Love Live 9871. Thank you. I'm glad you like the Young Bao video. Next week, I've got a video coming up about Shane, which I am very excited about. I hope you guys are excited too. Sorry about that, folks. My computer glitched out there for a minute. There we go. Technical difficulties. Yeah, I bought a new computer a couple months ago, and it has the Microsoft Copilot key. So when I'm trying to use my arrow keys, I hit it by accident all the time, and it's the most infuriating thing of all time. I honestly just want to take it off my keyboard. It's awful. But anywho, they're actually pretty good. Yeah, so yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the Young Bao video. Like I said, Shane, he's coming up next week. And then I'm trying to figure out who I'm going to do next. So yeah. Alrighty. We're almost to the quarry, everybody. Took us 2 engines, but we almost made it. Come on, I think I can. Come on, Percy. Percy's like, this is the worst work day ever, but I'm smiling because I'm on camera. I can see it. It's 200 yards away. You guys got it. I think Lady or Gina would be cool to see after Shane. Yeah, see, that's kind of the conundrum I'm in right now, because would I love to do a video on Lady? 100%. The problem is I kind of want to get all of the Great Race international characters out of the way first. Like, here's the thing. I do not like any of the Big World, Big Adventures only international characters. I think they're all pretty crappy. So I want to get the Great Race ones done at least. And then if people really want to see like a video about Shankar or something, then like, yeah, I guess I'll do that. But yeah, kind of crazy to see that Shane will be the 6th of the 12 Great Race newbies. Exactly, 100%. He'll be the 6th. And that's ultimately like what I'm trying to achieve here. Where is the marker? I guess I didn't put it there. Okay. Well, we'll stop the train a little bit. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, the Great Race newbies. I want to do videos on each of them, and then just kind of leave the international gang alone. Alrighty, let's slow down, maybe. Let's slow down. Brake 100%, throttle off. Maybe we got to go to Percy. We got to turn Percy's throttle and brake on. Alrighty. And train is stopped already. So let's go back to Thomas. We'll leave these guys here for right now. Let's head down to Tidmouth. And we actually, yeah, I'll start at Tidmouth. Why not? Start at Tidmouth, and we will start our line of engines. Alrighty. To those of you who are still watching, thank you. It means a lot. Having fun. Yeah, so next I'm thinking is going to be maybe Axel of Belgium for the series. Okay. So what do the comments say? Thomas? We'll go to the this line here because there's a lot more room to mess around and stuff. Okay. Thomas. Gordon. Thomas, Gordon. James. Percy. Diesel and Emily. Spawn Diesel, then Emily. Come on, Light Loco, where are you? Light Loco. I don't like how the Light Loco is always at the bottom. Okay. So there we have the 6 engines of this game. This is also, I'm going to add the first time that I've tried this. We will see how this works. Okay. Okay. Let's set the route first. We'll see if we can get them to, like, I don't know, we'll just set it for Vickerstown, I guess. Vickerstown, platform 1. Okay. And those Great Race shorts showcasing the contenders are turning 10. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, in making these videos, these Great Race, or these Thomas Characters Explain videos, like, I feel so freaking old because, like, the Great Race stuff, that all is 10 years old this year. Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure, that was 10 years old last year. Like, genuinely so insane to think that. Okay, so this is where the game glitches. To think that's been 10 years since, like, the golden renaissance of Thomas. All right, we're all coupled together. Let's see how fast this goes. This already feels very fast. Oh, look at the Excel on that. This is already moving. There's no way season 20 is 10 years old this year. I could have sworn that came out in 2017. Oh, I am not ready for season 20. Oops. Okay, this is the fun part. So this is where we can set the route, or we can avoid the signal pass of danger thing. I just did the photo trick. But yeah, that's let me just set a route actually, because set path. I don't know why that was screwing up. Okay, let's get going now. Yeah, I could have sworn season 20 was 2017, not 16. I guess that is correct though. So yeah, now I feel old. So freaking old. Yeah, but to think that that golden age of Thomas is already 10 years old, pretty mind-boggling to think about. But yeah, so alrighty. So with all the engines together, we're very quickly passing the speed limit here on the main line, and I'm gonna try and until we get past Knapford, I'm not gonna fully open any of the throttles, just because like I don't want to cause a massive accident before we're even out of the yard. Once we get onto the main strip of main line, full throttle all the way. I will say as well, I'm definitely ready. Oh, brake. This is way too fast. I'm very ready for this game to have some updates, I think. This is a game that seems like ripe for expansion. And obviously this is and I'm going to fully acknowledge that it is a stupid complaint, because game development takes a long time. And the developers of Dovetail, or the developers of this game, Dovetail, they obviously put a lot of work and love into this. So, you know, they deserve, obviously, like any game developer, the time to make something good. I'm just impatient, and I really want more of this game. So yeah, alrighty. So, okay, we're now over the speed limit. I just want to wait till we get over that first stupid set of points, and then I'm gonna fully open everybody's throttle and watch it go. So get over, get to the middle, and here we go. Alrighty. So that's everybody going pretty fast now. Why can't I mess with your throttle, Mr. Gordon? That's weird. Let me go into the door. Okay, well, you can't mess with his throttle. Can I mess with James's? Can I mess with Mr. James's throttle? Reverser. Oh, well, it won't let me. But the speed of all the engines is being combined, so I can't really complain that way. But yeah, thank you to the person who suggested this. Any characters or locations that you did will get added that you want to see. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I would love to see some of the like more consistent CGI locations. Like, I'd love to see the Diesel Works. I'd love to see the Blue Mountain Quarry. I'd love to see like oh, it was on the tip of my tongue. The Diesel Works, the Steam Works, Alfstead Castle, the Search and Rescue Center. Hell, I'd even play Misty Island Rescue. Like, those CGI locations. Oh, we're already doing like 81 miles an hour. We are booking it here. Holy shoot. Diesel's side rods are moving at like the speed of light. That's hilarious. Yeah, I think as far as characters, I would honestly, my dream for this game, and the people are going to give me hate for this. Although it's a messy map, I love the Sam Wilkinson map that was done, where everything from the TV series and Railway series was all just on one map. My dream would be a playable version of that map with like every Thomas character. Like, I want to hook Steven up to the Express. I want to take Connor and Caitlin up Thomas's branch line. I want to drive Mike, Rex, and Bert down old mid Sodor paths, right? Like, that'd be cool. I want to take like Luke for a loop around Ulfstead Castle. I want to drive Flynn just everywhere. I think that'd be hilarious. Imagine if Flynn, like, you could go on roads and rails with Flynn. That'd be awesome. I think having road vehicles as playable characters would be awesome. Imagine having Harold to fly across the map. Honestly, that'd be my dream. Have the map fully fleshed out and have like every character playable. Obviously, this is a pipe dream. Oh yeah, Flynn pulling the express, that'd be hilarious. Obviously a pipe dream, obviously not going to happen. Obviously very unrealistic, and it's extremely unrealistic for the developers as well. Dovetail, if you're listening, I appreciate your work. I appreciate this game. I'm not trying to be like a sort of like rude kind of fan. This is just me spitballing. But yeah, Flynn pulling the express would be hilarious. I would love to take like, I don't know. Oh man, take Fergus and like pull Annie and Clarabelle, or even if you just had like the original classic series, or the pack to explore the northern roads of Sodor. Exactly. Imagine a video game where you get to drive the Culdy Film mountain engines. That would be sick. That'd be so sick. I would play the crap out of that game. I also think, and this is kind of again a long shot because this game is built off of the Train Sim World 5 engine. I think a game where you get to, or I think this game would do great with better crash physics. Like, part of the appeal of Thomas and playing trains with Thomas is the crashes. Everyone remembers, Better View for Gordon. Percy Takes the Plunge. So having those locations and the ability to recreate those crashes, like imagine you get to drive Gordon and just full send him into the wall at I think was it Kelsthorpe Road? Or is it Kirk Ronan? Kirk Ronan, that's what it is. Kirk Ronan. Imagine being able to do that. Like, that'd be hilarious. Or to be able to recreate Percy Takes the Plunge and have it be actual parts like of the game. I think that'd be hilarious. So being able to do that. If they do an update, I don't know. Okay. I think if they do an update to the game, the first thing they need to do is fill out the Steam Team roster, because not that I don't like the characters that are immediately playable in this game. They're all good. But like Diesel, if I'm being perfectly honest, is not my first choice. He's only in here because he was in the Train Sim World 5 DLC. But Diesel is not my first choice for a character in this game. I think this game should, and I sound like every Thomas fan, but you need to throw in for the next update Edward, Henry, and Toby. And I think it would make sense to like maybe do just Edward's branch line. And then you do another DLC or an update. I don't really want to say DLC because I don't really want to have to pay for more of the game. If I have to, I will, obviously, but and then do another update where you have like Duck's branch line and all the characters from that. So do like Duck's branch line, and you get Duck, Oliver, Donald Douglas, Boko, just saying. Do a Thomas's branch line update where you get Mavis and Daisy. And then from there, you can just keep going. Do a narrow gauge update where you get all the narrow gauge engines on the narrow gauge line. Do a Smalley's update where you get the Arlesdale line. Do a Coldy Fell update, and then the possibilities are just endless. Hell, we know that the Hardwick branch line is canon to the Railway series now. They finished it. We know that because of Richard Audrey. So you could add the Hardwick branch line. Imagine a Peel Godred expansion, and with the Peel Godred line, then you could start introducing more TV series characters. I imagined a sleeping, immobile Skarloey. Well, that's interesting. That'd be really cool. Yeah, just Skarloey off to the side to show the fans, like, hey guys, look who's coming. We're at 102 miles per hour. This is interesting. No, but where are we? Are we past Gordon's Hill? Oh, we're way past Gordon's Hill. That's why we're flying. Yeah, so then do the narrow gauge update. And then the reason I'm kind of straying away from mentioning TV characters is because this game seems to be modeling predominantly off of the Railway series. So if it was like me developing the game, I would do Railway series characters first. And then once you have the major standard gauge and other gauge lines and all the characters, then branch out, pardon me, into TV characters. Although Emily is here. And Emily being here implies that they are wanting to dip into TV stuff as well. Coming up, I believe, is that stupid Croven's Gate Junction that causes me to crash every time. So we're going to slow right down so I don't end up like flying off of the tracks. Yep, that's what I'm yeah. Croven's Gate points that's why I'm slowing down. But yeah, so yeah, I would do all the Railway series stuff first and then start adding, because I gotta be honest, like Thomas and Friends does have some bad eras, but you can't tell me it wouldn't be so much freaking fun to like pull the express or like pull the mail train with Bash Dash and Ferdinand, or to like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of other CGI characters, have like Whiff and Scruff shunt cars at the rescue center or something. I don't know. This game, it's just like open to so many possibilities, and they have the opportunity to create essentially a Thomas and Friends sandbox. And if you ask me, if there's any franchise that's suited to that, it's without a doubt Thomas and Friends, because the world, it's just so suited to that. But yeah, so I would definitely pardon me. I would definitely start with Railway series stuff and work my way up to CGI. And if you really absolutely wanted to, like at that point, you'd be scraping the barrel. You could add some of the big world characters, but like, would you even really need them? Like, really? Like, in my opinion, I would just add every single character up until Journey Beyond Sodor, and then end it there. Just end it. I also think a bit more track on the mainland would be kind of nice. Purely because I think like a loop line or something would be cool. Obviously it's a bit much to like ask of like having a mainland section to puff on, but whatever. Only Big World Big Adventures character I want is Sunny, but I'm definitely biased there. But you know what? That's not even a bad bias. That really is not a bad bias, because Sunny, hot take, is a well-written, good character. And that's what I think infuriates me so much about Big World Big Adventures, is that you sit through like 16 hours of pure slop and garbage just for them to pull a character like Sunny out of their butts and be like, oh yeah, actually we do remember how to write. And it's like, where was that the whole time? It's like, you guys do know how to write, you just choose not to. You know, like it's so frustrating. It really is. It's so frustrating. And even characters that didn't get that much screen time, like Duchess did not have a lot of screen time, but she could have been a really cool character, you know? And it's funny because when you think about Big World as a whole, and you look at specials, or I guess episodes, like the Royal Engine, where I'm just trying to figure out where this point is for Croven's Gate, the Royal Engine, where you either have minimal or no fantasy sequences, it's immediately more tolerable. I would love to see an edit of like a complete series DVD with all the Big World Big Adventures episodes with the fantasy sequences removed. I would watch that in a heartbeat. If they do a story by where Belle's water cannon malfunctions, she gets put on the express. Yeah, see, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about here with Wonders of Sodor. You can do so much by just turning this game into a giant Thomas sandbox. The only issue is I could unfortunately see a lot of the content being blocked by paywalls. Like having to buy James right out of the gate, it was only an extra $16, but still, like I don't think that's really necessary. But I don't know. So yeah, like Big World, and I think like that's part of why back to the whole Big World Big Adventures thing. It's part of why I'm doing my series, because there are a lot of interesting things to be found and to be discussed within the Big World Big Adventures era of Thomas and within the Great Race. It's just that so many of these characters didn't get a lot of attention. So by bringing attention to these characters, you know, we can maybe learn something, you know, enjoy some training content. And that's part of it too. I like making content that I like wanting to see. You know, I love essay content. I know people like essay content, especially to do with Thomas. So, you know, tap into that niche and, you know, just kind of put it out there, which I think is fun. And it's just fun for me. Hot take. I liked Marvelous Machinery. You know what? Yeah. Marvelous Machinery frustrates me because Marvelous Machinery is an insanely good concept for a Thomas special. And Sonny is integrated as a character in that story very well. He fits right in. And Sonny also very much makes sense in that story because I learned this while I was researching my Sonny video. Sonny was basically an experimental engine himself. He was one of the first engines designed with piston valves, which gave him some kind of control over something. I forget what it was. But the point is, Sonny's like technically an experimental engine in his own right. So having him be there at the experimental fair, that makes sense, the invention fair. But having all of the inventions except for like Kenji be big, stupid garbage, like Paw Patrol slop, like the giant dancing robot or the jet engine thing, which how they did that and didn't even reference Thomas and the jet engine, I don't know. That's ridiculous. But yeah, you know what though? Marvel's machinery was at least more entertaining than Steam Team to the Rescue. I honestly don't even remember what happens in that special. And honestly, it's kind of stupid because they hype it up as like, oh, the Steam Team's got to save the day. But it's like a couple of accidents and cargo being piled up at the docks. Like, this is a normal day on Sodor, you know? Like, you want to talk about Steam Team to the Rescue? How about Journey Beyond Sodor, where Thomas gets like imprisoned in the steelworks, or Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure, where someone like dynamites Sir Topham-Hatt's office, or I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. Steam Team to the Rescue, that was just a stupid one. And Marvelous Machinery was stupider, but at least more entertaining. Rather surprised by Thomas Theorist consider the Fireman Sanskrit. Oh yeah, Kenji is a pretty good character. See, Kenji, it's another one that frustrates me because Kenji could have been so cool. Like, first of all, how did it take until season 24 to get a Shinkansen in Thomas? Like, we had, I don't know how many random, unique locomotive variants, and it took until then to get a Shinkansen. I will say though, not a huge fan of like. Oh, we're gonna blow through here in like 2 seconds. You watch. Oh, and we're off the tracks. Let's have a look at the damage here. Oh, we are everywhere. We are everywhere. Oh, okay. We are upright with Thomas. Hello. And I don't know if everyone else is. Gordon's in someone's front yard. Where the heck did everybody go? Maybe they all just, oh, nope, Gordon is in someone's house. The problem with Kenji, too, though, as far as Thomas visiting Japan, is that continuity makes no sense. Thomas comes home from his adventure around the world, and, like, he comes home, and Nia's with him, and it's fine. But then there's all these random adventures where, like, he's not with Nia. I don't get it. And I do talk about that actually in my Shane video. I mention it again because it does piss me off. It doesn't make any sense. You know, you have this whole international reboot, but it doesn't even make any sense because like it's not connected to the movie that sets up the concept in any way. Thomas is just randomly in these countries. But that's whatever. I don't know. Trying to understand Big World, Big Adventures and the logic behind it is like trying to do university calculus. It doesn't make any sense, and you'll just go nuts. But yeah. That being said, though, I think that it would have been really cool to have, you know, Thomas and Kenji visit Japan, because I think part of the appeal of Big World, Big Adventures is going to countries that have very distinct railway cultures. Obviously, they didn't follow up on any of that. And it's just a mess of like, oh, this country has this animal, yay, or whatever. But yeah, to put Thomas in Japan and have him interact with the bullet train system and all that stuff, I think could be really cool. But that's just me. And I'll circle back again to the fact that Kenji is a frustrating character because it's like, because I lost my train of thought. Because he's such a great concept that's wasted. So there's that. But who knows? Maybe I'll do a video on Kenji someday. You know, Kenji is one of those characters where I think even though he is a Big World original, like Sunny, I could make the exception and do a video on Kenji. So who knows? If you guys have enough of a outcry, you know, I could do a video on Kenji. We'll see. I'm just trying to make sure this works. It's back into James. But yeah, so I could go on with Big World, Big Adventures, but you know, it's beating a dead horse. The only time it's really relevant is when you're explaining a character and you have to explain, like, you know, why XYZ thing is the way it is. And I think that's, like, you know, fair enough. All right, let's get these guys to Tidmouth. We're just gonna go without the service failure thing. I don't really care. Fly, my pretties, fly. But yeah, I will say, I think out of all the Big World, Big Adventure specials, I think if I had to pick one to actually be the worst, what happened? Was I on the wrong line? Oh, I was on the wrong line. That's what happened. I guess we got to restart now. Replay service. Fact, while they started going more consistent with Who Sleeps Where in Tidmouth, Shed's birth wasn't Everett's birth. James hit, but Gordon's. Yeah, that is really funny, actually. It's funny that you bring that up because that is true. Yeah. I think that's also why I will say, I think part of why, and I kind of said this earlier, but part of why Big World is frustrating to me is because you'll go through like stupid slop and then you'll get like random fan service and random good episodes. And it's like, so do you guys care about the fans or do you not? Because it seems sometimes like you do. It seems sometimes like you don't. Like you get episodes like Heart of Gold or Free the Roads or one of them. And then Edward and Henry don't ever talk, and it's like, what are we doing here? Maybe that'll be my next video. Every Henry and Edward appearance in Big World, Big Adventures. That's something you guys would watch? Every Edward and Henry appearance in Big World? Unless, of course, that's something, a video that someone's already done. In which case, never mind. But I don't know. I think it'd be interesting. I'm also like slightly considering, okay, honestly, most of the good episodes come from 1 or 2 writes. That's probably why they're, yeah, exactly. Most of the good episodes are like Michael White episodes, or there's another writer that does pretty good ones too. And I will say, having gone through a couple of the, not necessarily watching them the whole way through, but having gone through a couple of the international episodes for the videos I've made, some of those international episodes are really not that bad. What makes them bad is the fact that sometimes they just don't really feel like Thomas episodes. Like, first of all, fantasy sequences make no sense. You don't really feel like you're in another country because it's basically just Sodor assets that they've slapped like different colors onto. Pardon me. Like, that's one reason I think another reason why I hate Big World is that it just feels lazy. Like, every engine is just something they've slapped a coat of paint on, or a building is everything they've just slapped a coat of paint on. Like, nothing feels original. All right. This is where this is going to start being dumb. Stop. Back up. Okay, we're up to James. Now we set the route. Set path. All the way up to Tidmouth. Let's get to Tidmouth shed. Let's go to the turntable. See if we can get to the turn. Oh, and the set destination is gone. Yeah, no, like, yeah, big world. It just feels so lazy. And it just doesn't feel like Thomas. I will say, though, one thing I've always found like kind of interesting is how, like, the nitrogen era, for example, is equally bad, if not maybe slightly worse than Big World at times. But to me, at least, it still feels like Thomas. And I'm not sure if that's because it's like nostalgia, or if it's because it still feels like, or because it feels, or because like it looks and feels like Thomas in the way that they care about everything. Yeah. I think we'll give this another like 10 minutes or so, and then we'll call it a night, folks. Let's see how fast we can push the engines first. If we can get past like 120, then I think, or if we get past 110, I think. But yeah, I think with the nitrogen era, it's because of the fact that even though, yes, the writing is bad, everything else, from the animation to the way the show is styled to the music, it all still feels like Thomas. Whereas with Big World, Big Adventures, the animation's off. They're in different locations. It doesn't feel like the regular show formula because there's all these fantasy sequences. The engines are bouncing everywhere. So yeah, I honestly think, like, if the writing was bad, but everything else, like the Thomas formula, was still intact, I think then at that point, it'd be more tolerable. But the thing is, with Big World, like, the formula is just not, yeah. If we get to the turntable, we should place them in sheds as arranged in season 21. Maybe, but I think I'm going to call it for this stream pretty soon, so we'll see. But like I was saying, yeah, with Big World, it's not the same formula anymore. It's a completely different thing. With the Nitrogen era, yes, the writing was shitty, but for the most part, it was still trying to be Thomas. Whereas Blubba, it just doesn't do that. So I think it's fair to say that doesn't really do that. But it's kind of funny seeing Thomas move at like 91 miles per hour because and Percy, just because in the game, I don't think Percy gets up quicker than like 50 or 60, and that's being generous. I think the fastest Gordon goes is like on his own is like 115. So seeing Thomas race down the line at like almost 100 miles per hour is pretty freaking funny. So let's see. All right, we're at 100. Let's see if we can get to 110. We're really moving now. Maybe not 110. I think, yeah. All right. Oh, shoot. All right. Well, we're just past 9 o'clock. We've been going for about an hour now. I think now is probably about as good a time as any to call it a night. Just because I didn't really plan for the stream. This was just kind of a test thing just to see how this would run. And I'm quite happy with it. Had a nice chat with some of you about the show. So I'll stream again at some point. Definitely expect the new episode of Thomas Characters Explained coming next Saturday, and then another episode, and so on to follow. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any suggestions for videos or anything, or just any questions for me, definitely leave them in the comments. If you want to see more of this stuff. Oh, and perfect timing, we just wrecked everywhere. So now is as good a time as any, I think, to head out of the stream. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next stream. Bye, guys.